On program.
Last week, we did something different on the show. It was a lot of fun. We tried something new. We tried our first and definitely not the last Star Wars on program fantasy draft, and that was of Jedi. So we all drafted our Jedi councils, and so I wanted to take the time to kind of go over those as would a sports analyst, right? Talk about the draft, and of course, we're going to be biased to our list, but we can talk a little bit about what happened, and kind of just summarize it for those who weren't there, and get people excited for the Darksiders and the droids and the clones and all the other things we're going to be doing in the next couple of weeks/months. Let's move on to Andy. So before we let you talk about your list, I just want to say, after sitting with it, I think you've got some real high points. Having Qui-Gon in the first round as an anchor, great. Ahsoka, great. I had a lower grade on Asajj Ventress, but I knew she would have been taken by you long before I got around to drafting Asajj Ventress. Getting toward the back half here, I think you've got some solid ones like Oppo and Yaddle. But those were your kind of screw it picks, right? Those are just what the hell, send them down range. So that was surprising.
My only screw it pick was Oppo. I think Yaddle is cool, and it was getting towards the end, and I'm kind of in Michael's boat where after like 5, I kind of run out of Jedi that I really spend that much thought on or care much about. But Yaddle was left, and I was surprised that she was still left, and I was like, well, I'm gonna snatch her up. But Oppo, I had no clue who Oppo was.
This was the trouble because, if Taylor and Eric had been on this draft, we probably could have shortened it down, right? Because there would have been more people fighting for the top 5 or whatever. But when I was making this exhaustive list of Jedi, I was like, there's just so many that I want to talk about, that I want to have their moment, that, it's just, it would have been a crime to have a list of like 100 Jedi, half of whom had been on the council and all this different stuff. There were so many that still didn't get picked. I still got to do like a undrafted free agents roundup or whatever. But I think this list is solid, especially given what you went in thinking about it. Go ahead, Andy. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
That's okay. No, I didn't really have like a theme besides just my favorite Jedi. I did have Iskat Akris on my list going in because I was like, hey, I know her. And then we were talking about having a council, and I was like, I don't want her on my council. So I left her off. I was like, no.
See, that's what I'm saying. We have to stick to that methodology, that these are just our favorites, because if we just like them as characters, as soon as we start talking about making a functional council, I think most of our lists fall apart, with a lot of like dark side, what am I trying to say? Turners.
Influence or folks that kind of walked the line a little too cavalierly.
I am ultimately quite proud of my list. I would sub out Oppo for something else. I would sub out Oppo for Nubs. I'm kind of disappointed now in hindsight afterwards, realizing
oh my gosh,
Nubs was not I snubbed Nubs. Nubs was
you didn't
was
put
a
the
snub.
young Jedi characters on there, man.
I have failed you.
Nobody
I have failed you. That's true. You didn't realize your toy was missing until someone else started playing with it.
You missed Charles Roy. I don't know how you could possibly miss him. So
I must not know dick about Star Wars.
I was going to mention while we're talking about Yoda that he gets points because he's my 3-year-old's favorite Jedi. His favorite Jedi is Master Yoga from Jedi Adventures. So
nice.
Fair.
That's something that comes up in the news later. They announced a new season, so I'm excited to see what you guys you guys think about that. It comes out very soon. So I think this is a solid list. I really, really like it.
On program.
Wow, what a conversation that was. I'm glad I found this. Apparently this is just a clip from a larger show that's live every Friday night. I don't know about you, but I'm going to subscribe so I can see more videos like this one. Hey, let's both like this video, to boost it in the algorithm, and then we can ring the bell so we won't miss the next one.
Good job.